Dude, when I say I know it's been a minute, but when I say March Madness, this has really been a crazy. Seemed like March has been a whole year. I don't know how I feel for you on your end, but March seems long as hell right now.
More stressed out this year, man. I ain't lying.
Man.
And with the news cycle, it was really seemed long, and a lot happened in a short amount of time.
Happened. And what's crazy though is like the first part of the month from February, because February went kind of quick. It started off kind of slow, but then it's like once shit hit, it's like every day you woke up, something major happened. More planes going down. You still been seeing that?
Yeah.
Plane just hit a little house. I forgot what state that was. I want to say Maine or something. A little remote plane though, with a bunch of people, but it hit a house. They said nobody in the house was injured, but the people on board of that plane was. I'm like, man, what the hell going on with this shit, man?
Yeah, for real.
Like,
well, your boy Elon Musk, Starlink got the contract, so according to them and what they doing, this should be all rectified. But obviously, it's not. But I mean, planes gonna go down anyway. So, but I'm just saying, don't come say you're gonna say it today and don't do it.
Now let me ask you this, because I know a lot of people. Some people just don't really watch TV like time. How much you watch TVs, movies, you into shit like that? Conspiracy theories?
Yeah, I'm a series head.
Okay, have you seen the series 0 Day? Robert De Niro. Judge, check this out. Check this out. It's about 8 episodes, and I ain't gonna even tell you, but just think about what's going on right now. Just with the plane shit, and we gonna talk a little bit about Trump later. But just with the plane shit, with the government, with their hands on the shit. I don't want to tell you too much. Just look at that movie. It's called 0 Day. Robert De Niro in it. But anyway, you know when it's talk about March, man, we can't avoid talking about March Madness. We got, man, I think it's down to the Final Four now. They're down to the Final Four or Final 8. I don't know where we at.
I think it's the Elite 8.
It's the Elite 8 right now. Okay.
Yeah.
Man, first of all, on the women's side, man, I hate that Juju went down. When she tore her ACL, man, that messed me up. Like I was watching my daughter or something. Like I was out eating, and I seen Juju go down. And then you just seen last night USC advanced. Matter of fact, play UConn. So that would have been a matchup with Paige.
Would have been a matchup.
I call her Paige Buckets. I don't know if you check out that girl from UConn. Man, that young lady a killer, lefty. I'm talking scope from anywhere. She like Juju. But Juju, to me, I still bet. To me, to break down Juju game, I feel like Juju is like the new Maya Moore to me. She's smooth with it. She know how to use her body. She fluid. She got the strength, got the height, got the handles, can shoot from anywhere on the court, can make any play. Like Juju to me is the new Maya Moore. Shout out Maya Moore. She don't be getting up in the props.
Man, bro, that's what it seems like they forget about Maya in the with the Samaya Reese, Caitlin Clark's like. And Maya Moore and Candace Parker and a few others. Man, they was them ones, man.
They was the ones. And, she went out. She had a plight, though, that she was very passionate about, people getting innocent black men getting prison. So I want to, acknowledge what she was doing and why she left the game so early. Because a lot of people, I don't know if they hold that against her. Because she kind of left at her prime. Man, that's a live one.
King Kobe, baby.
King Kobe. I like that.
Yes, sir.
But she kind of left at her prime. So I don't know if people held that against her or not, but I don't know. I don't feel like she gets mentioned enough. I'll just say that for what she contributed to the WNBA and that style of play that's going on now.
Well, okay, let's expound on that in a second. What I think, with the salaries they make $70,000. I think with the time, I think with what it requires and the money they was getting paid, I thought she just felt more passionate about what she's doing now versus shooting ball. Like she probably love to shoot ball, but like this probably pays more, and I'm more passionate about it. So
that's a good point.
I might as well. I'm gonna hang up my cleats. I'm gonna hang up my sneakers early.
Yeah.
So I think that's what happened with her.
Let me ask you this then, since you brought that up, they salary and stuff like that. They talking about a little a sit out. What you think about that? What you think about that? I think it's a year too early, but what you think?
It's definitely too early because, unfortunately, this is the first year of people being this excited about WNBA.
There you go.
I don't think nobody miss it.
Exactly.
It's going to hurt them.
Out before it start really burning.
It's going to hurt the girls that don't got all the NILs and all the endorsements more than it's going to help the league advance.
Yeah.
Because one thing about them, they don't make a profit.
Yeah.
So they ain't gonna do nothing but make them white boys say, "Well, y'all want to do that? We just do away with it in its entirety."
That's okay.
And it's,
So we kind of in the same
yeah,
place with it because I do understand with the money they are generating now, but let the league eat off y'all about 1 or 2 more years. So when you come to the bargaining table, you can see what kind of money they generated, and now you have a comeback to what you can demand. Because right now I feel like they demanding blind. You don't know
it's
what
too,
these new TV deals and what these new jersey sales and people getting. You can't watch a State Farm commercial without Asia Wilson and Sue Bird and all them on there now, and you got shoes coming to the house selling some of the men. So
yes, sir.
let that little money hit the pot first is what I think, and then come back and backdoor them on the back end. Okay, like this is what you generated, this is what we propose, versus going in right now and doing it. That's just
You
my
got to
thought.
you got to do your homework. That's what the collective and bargaining do for the mail on the mail side. They see what's coming in, which this is what we got to do. And I think it's just too early. 1 year. Well, yeah, Maya Reese was a rookie last year, right?
Yeah.
So Angel Reese. That's
Angel
Maya
Reese.
Reese. Lord,
Yeah.
Angel and Caitlin was rookies last year.
Yeah. That was their first season.
It's entirely too soon. I understand them standing up for the movement and standing up for their colleagues, but it's just too soon to buck the system. And you got the money to do it. The rest of them girls don't.
That's a good point too when you made that. It's always, even in America when stuff, and we'll get into that when rules get implemented. It's not the top, earners that's mostly affected. It's the people on the low end. That bear the brunt of all the shit that we freedom fighting, but I still gotta eat. You know what I'm saying? So that's the flip side to this.
Look at what's going on with the government. They putting everything in position to for rich folks to benefit with the tax cuts and this and that. They ain't cutting no CEO job, which ain't no CEO and government job. But I'm saying they're not cutting higher paid jobs. They start at the bottom.
Exactly. All the risks going through. Before we get in, because we're finna get in the government. On the men's side, though, have you been checking out Cooper Flag?
Yeah, I've been checking him out.
Hey, I like that boy game. And I forgot who they match up with next, but if somebody don't put a stock, because you got to get a body on him, man. I did not know, because I'm just learning about it. I have been hearing about it, but I'm just really starting to watch, because college ball, and back in the day, we used to have it where you had a player that'll stay 2 or 3 years. You kind of have a story to follow.
You get to know them.
You get to know them. That's more so with the women game now, because they stay 4 years. So I know more of the women hooping than I do the men. So I'm seeing them in flashes. But every time I see Cooper Flag, man, hey, he different, bro. He different. And I like the aggression he played with.
For the last 10 years, if it hadn't been a superstar college athlete, I don't know nothing about him.
Exactly.
If they're not superstars, I don't know nothing about them, bro.
Because they out of there before you even get.
They in and out so fast. Yeah.
But as you said, though, that NIL money and all that, don't let them have a large enough social media following. They explode. And it's crazy at that point, because they're getting paid more than the professionals at the lower end. So it's like, why? You know what I'm saying? Why even dibble it at that if I'm getting paid more? Now I've seen players sit out or stay in an extra year because of what they're making from NIL. And now colleges got GMs and stuff like that. So it's really now a professional sport when you're in college, if you one of them.
Yep. Man, I'm on the boys' side, man. I'm looking at U of H, man. They looking good. Which
they hooping right now.
The past 3-4 seasons, they done made it to the Final Four, so they got to get to the national championship.
Yeah,
they done been to the Elite 8 Final Four 3-4 years in a row. So I think hopefully this state year to make it to the next level.
Man, who you think? Who you got cutting down the next? Because I don't know if we're gonna talk before we get to that. Before we get back to it, but when did that SEC become a basketball conference?
We always had splashes of great teams in the SEC with the Shaqs.
No, that was some East Coast, West Coast, Big Ten, and the Georgetowns, and the SEC.
I know North Carolina's, Syracuse.
When the SEC, I'm talking about. I'm tripping because to me it seemed like damn near the shit happened overnight, and I ain't even see it. You know what I'm saying? It had to do. You remember the cat? What's his name? Played for Alabama last year. I think Brandon Miller kind of got jammed up in that case.
I know.
Yeah.
Mikey Williams.
Yeah. And man, look, I start seeing little spurts of it here, and like you say, little pop-ups. We'll get a Ben Simmons here, and that Ben was a dog in the LSU. We'll get a few here and there. Your Charles Barkley's back in the day at all. But to say the whole
Shaqs
conference,
and
the Shaqs, the Chris Jacksons, Abdul Moe3, but the whole conference though, Judge, like this is crazy for me to see this right now. Then to say how football falling off, it's like it made a weird switch and it was like overnight. Again, that's that NIL bread. It's parody right now.
NIL bread got a lot to do with it, and the South is jumping right now. Them boys want to come to the South, like just real realistic.
Yeah.
The South just an attractive place to live right now. So with the NIL thing, it ain't like I gotta go to Syracuse to get in the NBA. No, North Carolina, Duke. I ain't gotta go there no more. You know? So if I ain't got to go there, I'm gonna go where it's player in good weather, and I'm 4 hours from Houston, 2 hours from New Orleans. You know how that go. Like more people gravitating to these SEC schools, and they looking damn good.
Man, they looking good. So,
even U of H, man, U of H been attractive. They've been doing some really
nice
good in the last 5 years.
Yeah, you're right. They always in the mix. Always in the mix. Now, speaking of some people that's always in the mix, as we brought up government earlier, your boy Trump, them, we really could do a segment every day on him if we was a political talk media platform. But now, you got the shit circulating. They just had this national security breach. They had, I forgot how many people was actually in the text message thread, but they wrongfully inserted a journalist and added him to the thread and was exchanging top secret notes. When you saw that pop up, like, what did you think?
I think typical hypocrisy, because they called the Democrats out on everything.
Yeah.
Right? This was a 6-person text thread.
Just 6?
6 people. And you couldn't catch the oddball out?
Hold up, man.
That lets you know how incompetent this administration is and how not qualified they are for what they're doing. It was a 6-person text thread. It wasn't a 30 people on there.
Yeah.
Where you can make a mistake and put one name. When I heard that, I was like, wow. But that just shows you, that just feeds to the lack of qualification and incompetence of these people that Trump put in position.
I got two things on this. One, I'm so glad DEI was removed, and not because it hurts us, because we ultimately, like, we still the bottom feeders even off benefiting off that. But with no diversity, equity, or inclusion in that thread, it was some white men that fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So
hello,
there wasn't no diversity in that. So first off, let me say that I'm glad that happened and it was different. Once again, we ain't had nothing to do with it. Second part, when I look at Trump and his administration, to me, what keeps him going, he is operating at the highest level of white privilege the world has ever seen. And when I say his people, the people that look up to him with that God-like, they can see this shit wrong. I know they see this shit wrong. He is operating at a level of white privilege that's on, like, when they say boss level, you can got to the master boss. We see white privileges in little pockets and little jobs, and white boy can get away with something, maybe a black cat can't. But he thrives off, this is the perception that racist white people feel like a white man should be able to operate with no immunity with nothing he does. And I'm going to tell you one other thing. No other race of man, I don't care if it's us, I don't care if it's Hispanic, I don't care if it's no other, I'm a Native American, no other race of man can pull off the single amount of power that he has generated and garnered around his administration. Nobody but a white man. And he was the only one bold enough to push his white privilege to the limit to say, I'm going to make y'all show me where it stopped at.
And man, they do, they trying it every day. But see, now this new thing came out that Elon's position was only for 130 days.
What? I didn't even see that report.
Yeah. Check the news. So he's saying his position was only for 130 days, and he planned to cut $1 trillion in that time frame. No, man, your business taking a hit, your stock taking a hit, and you finna play the background.
You finna walk back.
Because playing up front not working out how you thought it would.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna tell you what's else finna backfire. I know you seen they're about to put the tariffs on shit. That jump start, I think, April 1st, the first rollout.
April 1st.
Yeah, then April 3rd, they back doing with some, I think, on some other goods. I forgot. I meant to read up on it a little bit more, but those will be April 1st and April 3rd. For the people that don't know, you could see stuff go up, because I know on the news around here, I know they probably put it out there in H-Town too, but on the news around here, they were talking about how just regular cars, even if American made, because I know he's trying to sell it as we're going to get back to a stronger America, but that's bullshit, because the cars are made with imported goods. But so they're saying that cars could go up 10, 20,000 regular ticket price within the next month or so. And this will be all after this tariff shit take place.
Yeah, well, I mean, he just trying. Man, the man finna fuck him. But he put this it's in the name of, I want them to produce the cars in America. And like you said, it's all imported parts. So what's the difference?
What's the difference?
So you think you asking a company, you asking Toyota to pay 25% more for their parts that they made and created? Unless you got something in black and white saying, if your company make the parts. Man, I don't get it, man. That's just that. And that man up there playing Monopoly, man, with real people's lives.
Like you said before we came on, it's amazing how, and that's why I don't even see with his constituents and people that follow him. You don't just sit back and look like, damn, all the cuts coming from us. Ain't no billionaires and ain't no companies like you say, see, ain't none of the cuts coming from them, and they got the most bread to throw. Like that shit just seem crazy.
Yeah. Because it's all in the name of debt. So you ain't going to ask none of your biggest earners in the company to say, hey, could you contribute? You know, we're going to need to do this.
Yeah.
In order for the country to get to this point. If you want to continue doing business at a high level, you ain't thinking, you can't go to your billionaire partners and say that we're going to talk real money.
Yeah.
$100 million a year for 2 or 3 or 4 years in order for this to go on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just don't understand what make him think dealing with the poor, taking money from the poor is going to make this country thrive, like he's saying. And going to fix everything.
I'm going to tell you a quote I seen on the internet, bro. I like seeing people post some deep shit. I check it out. But the quote was just saying when rich people rob the poor, it's called business. But when the poor stand up, it's called violence. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy that we're living in those times where they pushing us. It's like bringing a towel out, man. Just trying to see how much can they get for that bitch dry out. Like, how much can you put our back against the wall? And then you see what they trying to do with Elon. They trying to make this Tesla shit with people standing up and revolting against this shit. They trying to make that a terror act. Yeah, hate crime. Terrorist act. Either one. However you want to categorize it. But you know what I noticed when I see you know what I noticed when I see all those picketing and boycotting? Just like I made a post a few days ago. It ain't a lot of us out there. And they trying to compete it like the Democrats doing that shit. Man, you affecting everybody's pockets. You in everybody's pockets. It ain't just us.
Listen, the people that didn't vote for Trump, we expected this. So the people that's acting out and mad are the people who feel betrayed by you.
Man.
That's the oldest trick in the book. We're going to act like the enemy did it. We know where it's coming from. You know, you want to go rob a Crip? Put on blood attire. Even if you are a Crip yourself. And I'm just talking hypothetically.
Break it down street level.
The government is, I got to talk so y'all can understand me sometimes. Democrat, Republican, Crips and blood.
That's it.
You want to get a pull out, get close to a Crip and take him out? Wear Crip attire. Same thing with the blood. Wear red to go kill a blood. They're going to think it was one of their own. Wear blue to go kill a Crip. So it's the same thing with them. We know who tearing up our establishment. We know who feel betrayed.
Man.
But we're going to still blame it on the opposition. We're still going to blame it on the Crips just because that's our enemy.
Yeah.
We're going to deal with the people that's doing it. But for the news sake and for media, let's blame it on opposition.
Man, it's that's a hell of a breakdown too. That's a hell of a breakdown because
what we saying is, Trump and Elon all about money and business. And man, we just seeing what's going on in these meetings.
Mm-hmm.
Now they doing them out. They doing them in interviews and at press conferences. So that's all it is. And they treating, of course, they treating the country just like they treat their business.
What's crazy is I sit back and laugh when they do shit like that because I'm like, man, we should have way more shit. We should have been organized and raided something before it came to this. So What make you think we got the nuts to go run up in a Tesla or go burn up Tesla buildings and shit? Man, we don't even move like that.
For free. For free. Hold
Yeah.
up. Like, man, black folks don't commit crime for free. Like, when they do it, it's something to be gained.
It's something
unless it's some violence, weird stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about,
just to go round up about a car. We got too many
cars. If a motherfucker going to even go rob somebody, he planning to get some money type shit.
Yeah.
So the only time it only got, even somebody was about to die. I was robbing him. He ended up resisting it. I killed him. But what I'm saying is, man, black folks don't go burn up no Tesla shop. Man, don't care about that, man.
Exactly. So to be black, I'm just sitting back and watch people feed to, because I'm going to tell you what I do, man. I saw something else that you got to learn from people you don't like. On social media, man, I follow like Fox, I follow CNN. I just like to compare the same situations, looking at the same news feed of how we are on totally different ends of the spectrum, or some should be common sense shit. Because you got to find the truth in the middle within both of them. Mass media is all manipulated. Don't get me wrong and thinking I'm saying CNN or Savior or Fox just the worst. You got to find the truth between all this shit.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, man, it's a shit show, man. At the end of the day, it's a shit show. They doing it right now on face, and it's sad, you know. It just messed up the people that's being affected by it. Is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
You know, it's messed up. But to the ones who voted for this and big for this, hey man, take your medicine, because we expected it. Now,
for real.
How far it's gonna go?
That's the thing.
We had no way of gauging that. And that's why we didn't vote for him. But we here now. So,
but like I told my old lady, I told my wife, when a baby is born, and I was checking out, man. My wife loved your grandson. Looking at your video with your grandson. But with a baby, I was checking you out how you parented our grandfather or whatever. How you say, hey, don't do that, and he establishing them limits. You say, shit, I'm gonna walk to the edge. I'm gonna see if I can throw it over there. See what he gonna do. Tell him don't touch something else. I'm gonna see how far. That's what Trump doing. Trump like that little kid that just got his legs together. Like, shit, I'm gonna see how far this white privilege go. I'm gonna push this bitch over the table. See what they do now. I'm gonna push this. Man, judges done already revoked sentences that they done had to turn planes around because people he deporting. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna try some. He keeps trying to establish that line every day like a toddler of where that new line is, where I can reestablish that line. And that shit is crazy to me to watch real time. For us to have the discipline this dude, they're supposed to be running the free world. This shit is crazy.
That's crazy, bro. That's all.
Now,
yeah, man.
Speaking of people with their kids and all that, man, I think one of the biggest stories in March was LeBron walking up on Stephen A. And it had been a while since it happened. Now everybody to put their speed
the
on
infamous press. They say Bron pressed him.
LeBron pressed on Stephen A. Man, what this whole situation now? Because like I said, it had been a while. People that had their opinions on it. What you think about the whole situation now? Just overall, what you think about it?
Like you and I said, when I said yesterday, neither one of them wrong.
Neither one of them really wrong.
Both of them are speaking on factual information. You know, I just feel like, man, it is what it is, man. It happens. That's the gig is the gig. Bron picked his job to play ball and put his life in front of the world. And Stephen A. picked his job to report on it. Just like what you and I do. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't like what I say. Like in real life. I ain't talking to the CEO of my old company now because of our first interview. But the facts are the facts. Yeah. The facts are the facts. You a part of my story. You know what I'm saying? You're a part of my story. So it is what it is. What happened, happened. And Stephen A. doing his job, and Bron did what he was supposed to do. He feel disrespect to the culture. But it's funny. Now we can get to the funny part.
Hold on, before we get to that, let me say this. Because it's Stephen A. defense, because I know you finna talk about with Stephen A. Stephen A. Now that's why I think he went too far. Stephen A. said, man, if LeBron James touched me, I would have swung on him. Now that's the part with Steve. And let me let people know this, man, because I don't know how many people that listen to us are from the East Coast, or if you can deal with East Coast New Yorkers, when they talking about, man, Stephen A. lying or Stephen A. wouldn't do this. If you know a New Yorker, them niggas think they can whoop everybody. They think they fly than everybody. Stephen A. is not active. He's really a New Yorker that really got a slick mouth that really think that, hey, if he did something to LeBron could have pinned that man down with one hand. But don't think Stephen A. don't think he could whoop him.
No. Stephen A. said 3 times in that segment, I would have got my ass whooped. He started the statement
by
saying, I probably would have got my ass whooped. You know, he said, I would have got my ass whooped. But if he'd have put his hands on me, I'd have swung on him. That's what he said. So
that's what he said.
I don't think he thought he'd have whooped him. He just was saying I'm a man. Like, I don't care nothing about him being LeBron. I'm not finna let him handle me like I'm no child. I'm old enough to be his big brother. So, you know, Fast and the Furious.
Boy, drag racing out there by you, huh?
Yeah, man, my neighbor got some big shit. Yeah.
Playing with it. Sunday fun day. But back to Stephen A. though, man. Look, I honestly think, like you said, neither party was actually particularly wrong. I just think, for one, they don't really particularly care for each other. And for two, they both sensitive with the situation. Like when LeBron, and I know for some reason, when Stephen A. said, well, it ain't for some reason, he got the loudest mic out the sports media. He the highest paid, and then, you know, when he deal with us, people feel like it's a difference. I don't really feel that per se, that he just take, it's certain shit like you just said, like you have a disagreement. Everybody not gonna disagree with everything you say. But I just feel like overall, Stephen A. ain't no bad dude. And I definitely don't feel like LeBron no bad dude. They was just sensitive about like what you said. They are talking about what they did in their actual arenas. He like, I don't feel like you should say this about my son. Or Stephen A. say, now he's saying he was talking about him as a father. But he continues to say, I was looking out and this wasn't about Bronny. But I don't know. Somewhere the truth is in the middle of all this shit. But to me, I think they both got way too sensitive, and that's how we got here. But Stephen A. juicing the hell out of this shit, though. And I don't blame him.
Yeah. But I mean, damn, I was going to make a good point. I don't think Stephen A. was wrong. I can't remember what point you just made. I don't think Stephen A. was wrong. He said,
now when initially told you remember when I first brought it to you, we was just about to jump on the episode before it happened. It was kind of real time. But he was like, LeBron, I'm pleading to you as a father. Pull the plug on this. You know what I'm saying? I start seeing what people were saying, like, man, don't get in this house. You shouldn't be saying as a father and all that. But I'm like, forget to there to with this, and like I say, this wasn't just this one isolated thing. Like somebody said that. I think LeBron took the whole media in context, whether it's social media, major platforms, and took that and attached all that and said, I'm gonna put it on Stephen A. live in front of everybody to let them know, like, I'm sick of y'all. Really, Stephen A. was just that punching bag. So
he said, I'm pleading to you as a father in this. Basically saying Bronny ain't ready.
Saying he ain't ready.
He said what he said. He got to stand in that.
Yeah. And he had to walk that down.
And you know, critiquing the man on their parenting, because that's, I guess he's saying LeBron doing it for the clout a little bit. In terms of trying to see this thing through.
Yeah.
And he's saying, just let's put your pride to the side and call it. Just call it. But I don't, you know, was he correct in that? No. I think Bronny can play ball in the league. We showed us that the other night.
Yeah.
And then he averaged a good amount in the G League. So, I think he can play. Yeah, I think he can play.
But here's the part where I really agree with Stephen A. 100% on, though. And it's not no knock on LeBron, but when people like, man, he the most scrutinized 55th pick, I'm like, you know who his daddy is. He one of the ghosts. And then, like Stephen A. say, LeBron literally set this shit up. When he was in high school, my son can go better than half the league right now. Or my son manipulated the league into saying, okay, if I want to go to a certain team, you better pick me up because I want to play with my son. So when you do all that, you don't think nothing come. You want all the sunshine, but you don't want that rain. Like, it don't work like this. You can't manipulate how people feel.
You're right. And that's why I say neither one of them was wrong at the beginning, because Stephen A. Smith said how he felt about the situation, and LeBron reacted how he wanted to react.
Yeah.
And there was no bloodshed, not a punch thrown.
Not a punch thrown.
So, in all actuality, this is how you handle it.
That's how you handle it. And I never say nobody wrong for standing up for their son, daughter, wife. However a man choose to go at somebody that has done something to their family or they feel wrong, because you can't tell somebody how to feel at the same time. So if he felt like, hey, this is the reaction I want, this is the interaction I want right here on live TV or whatever, that's what he got.
That's what you're going to get.
That's what you got. Yeah.
I don't want to call you. I want to see you in person.
Yeah.
So wasn't nobody wrong. You said what you said. You got to stand in it. And that's what it is. Yeah. Okay, and then about the latest rant, when he was like, I could have said you wasn't at COVID, which he came back and corrected himself.
Yeah. That's another one where I
think it's personal now.
I didn't think that was right.
I think at first he might have crossed the line with the parenting thing. Yeah. But I thought he was within bounds.
Yeah.
I think he thought that. But now he got gloves off. Like he was like, I could have said why you wasn't at D Wade Hall of Fame ceremony. And them some good quotes. Why wasn't you there? Why wasn't you at Kobe's statue reveal? You know what I'm saying? They say you was around, but you didn't care about it. You know what I'm saying? So he's just basically saying, bro, I know shit about you.
Yeah.
If I wanted if I didn't like you and wanted to be messy, I could talk about this on First Take and get some hell of a debate. I would talk about this for a week if he come out, if his voice, because other people have said all this already. Yeah. But if I get on First Take and say it, if I get on First Take and say it, it's gonna go viral, and you're gonna people gonna start asking you. Mm-hmm. Right now they whispering about it behind your back. Man, why he wasn't at D Wade Hall of Fame ceremony? But he one other town. Why he was at Kobe Memorial, but they say he was moving around like he didn't give a fuck. Because that's basically what Stephen A. Smith said.
Yeah.
Like he was there, but he wasn't like, you know
he wasn't visible. Didn't make
he wasn't visible, and he wasn't I don't know, but people, you grieve how you grieve, man. But I just feel like, man, there's two people getting at each other, and let me get some good, decent content out of it. LeBron going on LeBron should have came and sat down with some brothers, man.
Yeah.
See, like Kobe went sat down with all the smoke when them boys was nobody. It was nobody. Yeah. In the podcast business, it was their first season. Kobe came through and sat down because that's the type of nigga. That's what a real one gonna do. Let me say that.
Yeah.
That's what a real one gonna do. But I felt like he could have came to some brothers and did that, which I think he's gonna go to a few. He should. Mm-hmm. But
I think
Ron like to be like with a white folk. He got the Obama syndrome.
I'm gonna tell you, I was just about to compare him to somebody else, but that's a hell of a one there. I was just about to say LeBron is kind of the Kevin Hart of the NBA, not as far as he don't know joke and crazy shit, but he's very marketable, and
that's a better comparison.
Yeah, he just rather
but
just
LeBron,
be
I think, is more known than same thing.
Yeah, he just rather be more liked than have real. He want everybody, because if you go way back to the documentary, didn't really have no father figure, so his team was like his brothers. He was the only, so he's grew up in the culture. That's why I say some of the stuff that I think we were looking for LeBron, it just wasn't built in him. You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't in him, and that's okay, because you see he damn sure can't question.
Everybody different. Everybody different. Everybody want. Everybody was. That's one thing. You're going to question when he leave about his GOAT status. He didn't have the heart of Kobe and Michael Jordan.
Gotcha.
And that's cool. That's okay. He had all the other things.
That's okay.
He got all the stats. That don't have that? He got rings, and he ain't done. He may get one this year. It's still a chance.
You know what I'm saying? He's still right.
That you see that defensive thing working out exactly how I said, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no defense.
And they scoring
let the Bulls score 7-8 points.
Shout out my baby Bulls too. Get it from half court. Bulls my squad. That boy pulled up. I'm saying that was on King Jack. Matter of fact, I ain't trying to knock on LeBron, but that was two bad stretches. Uncharacteristically, he threw it out of bounds and got it ripped. That was a 3. Then my boy Get it pulled up half court. I'm talking about like Steph stroke when LeBron closing out on him. So that was a bad stretch for the King right there. But overall, though, like you said with the Lakers, defense still a question, but you better score 160 to whoop them.
Yeah,
you better score 160 because them boys, I'm talking about, got scores.
Got scores.
I'm talking Reeves. I like that white boy, man. That Reeves is a dog. I love to see him.
Man, Reeves playing his best ball, man. No bullshit.
Yeah.
He playing his best ball.
But while we on beef, not so much as just regular beef, because it's real life shit here. So first off, a lot of the stuff we're about to speak on right here, I want to say, because it's content for some people, but it's real life for people that's involved. So prayers up for everybody that's lost a life or dealing with a loss of life that's about to come up in some of these topics. But man, these hip hop crimes are starting to get ridiculous. Like, we got to figure out how to shift the culture. But man, they got a lot going on with the hip hop right now. I know, you know, in Dallas, you got we'll start off with the Beezy and the Moe3 situation, which I love. Both of these young men music, man, they had old souls. Like, you could tell from the songs they made. Like, if they could have figured this shit out some kind of way, man, these cats could have changed the city, the makeup of the city around here with that beef shit, but it ain't got too far. But just you being, you know, we both deal with music, but you dealing with the rap game and pride and looking at what's going on, egos and stuff like that, man. A lot of this shit that's going on, you can pick whichever one you want to start off with. But man, what's your overall feelings about some of this shit?
Man, you know, it's once again, it's another instance of millionaires masquerading as gangsters, bro.
Man,
you know, and it caused deaths. And what's going on now is a lot of killers are becoming rappers. You know, in the 90s and 2000s, the dope dealer became a rapper. Well, in the 2000s, I ain't gonna say in the 90s. The 90s was gangster rap, but they, you know, you find out like, just say like a Dr. Dre wasn't a gangster rapper. You know, a lot of them people.
Mm-hmm.
So in the
Boy, that's a
2000s,
good
the dope,
point.
the real, you know, most rappers was really selling dope.
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Now,
Good point.
real killers becoming rappers. And that's what the fuck going on. That's why we seeing so many murders. Murder. Like, man, we ain't never seen this much murder surrounding hip hop, bro.
Man. And it's
Like,
crazy.
real life, I wish I had some type of analytic to count up how many murders. Just say like, man, every crew got somebody in jail locked up for murder right now, and they active
Everybody.
crew out
Yeah.
of the youngsters. You know,
Yeah.
you hear about a 4PF Ray, you know, caught about it a year or two ago. We don't hear about it, but it's around them.
It's around.
And that's what I'm saying. And it's regular. And then now you get to the point that where the rappers getting put up for paying for the murders and all the rappers getting killed.
And I'm gonna tell you this, like with the situation going on here, because when I say I love 3 Music, bro, even though it was more kind of drill, because when I say 3 Music, it was just a vibe. It's like the soul he had. But man, when you turn a church song into drill, you turn an R&B song into drill. He even turned a civil rights song into drill. I know to keep my gun. That was, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's a
yeah.
civil rights song. I know a change gonna come. Like, you to turn everything into a drill. But I say that to say, like, 3, to me, he was kind of like of the mindset of Pac with us. He deaf around the corner, was trying to say, how will I survive in the city where the skin? You had already started seeing your lyrics in your head become like, that's how you gonna go out. Because when you live by the sword, I even saw a video where he said, you live by the sword, you live by the gun. I had to break down that saying to my son. He was like, well, live by the sword, die by the... I say, it's just by violence, period. When you consume that much violence, man, and that much energy is put into violence around you, eventually violence gonna show up at your front door. You know what I'm saying?
If you're selling dope every day, man, it's 100% likelihood you're gonna go to jail.
100% chance.
It's a 100% likelihood. It's not. I ain't say 90.
100% chance.
If you sell dope, it's 100% chance you going to jail.
And like,
So
I'm gonna tell you something else.
if
Like you
you
say,
if you shoot in shootouts, it's 100% chance you're gonna shoot somebody or get killed.
or get killed. And let me tell you, while we talking about this situation, for those that don't know or kind of, you know, like just hearing about it through the news, man, 3 was short, but that wasn't no scary cat, man. He was the type of person, I don't know, whoever y'all know in y'all city that's tough, or y'all think this, he was that guy, because he was not gonna hear about beef and not come see about it, not gonna do something about it, not gonna engage it. So it was one of them things like, if you gonna do something to him, don't do something to him, he's definitely gonna do something to you. So everybody like justice and all that. People gotta
We all
protect
know
themselves
somebody
too.
ain't ducking no wreck, man.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
and I ain't, you know, like I ain't no hoe. Motherfucker ain't gonna say anything to me or do anything to me or disrespect me or, and I got a hot temper, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Everybody got that motherfucker that's always on go.
exactly. And that was 3. And that's why you can hear it in his music. Like I say, as soulful as he was, you can hear. And like how most gangster rappers or whatever, they get online and they talk about it or getting songs and talk about what shit they ain't done. Every one of them songs was basically the blueprint to shit that he actually done. in real time. And a lot of people around here knew that, and they knew they couldn't play with that dude. So I saying that to say with the situation with Beezy, like how you say rappers getting caught up, picked up, and all that. It's to the point now, I don't understand people going to outsource people and pay people. You cannot do no crime in 2025, in the 2020s period, with all the cameras and shit around this world and paper trails that you are not going to get caught. You got to protect yourself, but you are not going to employ somebody to do no hits or nothing like that, and it's not going to come back to you. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, you may get away for a time, but you ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing, man. Like, for one, you ain't doing shit new under the sun.
Nothing
That
new.
what got. That was, I got a few YNs that I encounter. Feel me?
Yeah.
And you ain't doing that nobody ain't seen, bro. So that's first. What I'm saying is the police seen everything you gonna throw at them 2-3 times over again. So it's just it's damn near till they get time to get to you.
For real. That's what it is.
Unless you
come
quit
up on
beforehand, and it ain't enough of that going on. It ain't
Yeah.
enough niggas quitting the game. It's just until we get around to you type shit, bro. That's what I'm saying. And the streets washed, bro.
Yeah.
Streets over, man. Like, and I ain't saying people don't sell dope, and I ain't saying niggas ain't getting some major money. But when I say it's over, I'm saying, man, most of them niggas going to jail and shit, bro. Like,
concept of the streets. Yeah.
The streets over with. We used to go have fun in the streets. We got money and had fun. Don't get it fucked up, man. Nigga done been rich 2-3 times over again. You know what I'm saying? Couple hundred bands, could do anything, in the world.
Yeah.
Nigga can't go buy nigga go buy one in finance, but I'm saying nigga ain't had the money to go buy no Lamborghini cash.
Yeah.
When you got a couple hundred racks, bro, it ain't shit on earth you can't do.
Mm-hmm.
So, just saying, niggas done got some money, man. That shit over with. I ain't saying niggas ain't getting to no money. I'm saying your ass going to jail. If you ain't gotta treating that shit like college.
Yeah.
I'm getting in this shit for 2, 3, 4 years. I want to run me up $300,000, $400,000, $1 million, and I want to invest in property. I want to go get into trucking. I want to go get into this or that. Your ass going to jail because it ain't no full-time job. And nigga, with all the technology they got, they're making it even harder for you niggas to get action anyway.
Look, and I'm gonna tell you what you said just now is the type of shit these youngsters need to hear with a mindset change. Because what confuses me is our whole life when we start from the bottom with this shit, we hustling to get that bag. And I'm looking at the ones now that made it to get the bag. You done made it out the situation, but you care. How hard you think is a mindset, like you say, you got a hot temper, you got, just shit you was doing before you got to with trucking and all that shit. How hard is it to just say, man, I'm gonna leave that shit alone? Hey, fuck that hood shit. I ain't gonna worry about that beef dead, or do that shit really follow you like that?
Man, hell yeah, man. Like, for one, when you're in the streets, you really can't just be overlooking shit. Nigga think you saw. So I'm just saying, like, if a nigga takes something from you, nigga rob you, get out, you got robbed by. Some kind of repercussion got to be had. I ain't saying you got to kill him. You get what I'm saying? I'm just saying, got to become some. You got to lay down the law. Or that's okay. He's sweet. When you see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, it ain't just easy to let them beefs go. But when you're a millionaire masquerading as a gangster, how mad are you because he said something about you on the song?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or when your partner in the room, I ain't even saying it's all the way like Yella Beezy is justified in the shit he going through. His life was, they took a tremendous life. So for him to want to get back me being a street nigga, man, I ain't fucked up about it. Just be ready to deal with what come with. And I ain't seen him do no complaining yet. Little Book's got a bitch ass gun charge and been crying about that shit for 2.5 years now. Yella Beezy fresh out, but I ain't seen him did no crime because if he got himself in this shit, he got to get himself out.
Yeah.
Type shit. Because that's what we do when you playing and you get in some trouble. You fight your case in silence. You ain't on Facebook crying every day. They targeting me. Man, people ain't targeting you. I promise if you don't do a crime, you be all right.
Just the Beezy and the 3 part of it, Judge, but what people don't understand, like being out here, I done seen this shit build up throughout the city. Like, it been people from both camps. This wasn't just, okay, this was one day, it got to be too big. Like, this was some Hatfield and McCoy type shit going on around here. And there's some other names that, people know that they've all put in the same, all lumped into this case that might come out down the road. But I don't want to say too much about that shit now, but it's a lot of people that was involved in this shit, man, from the comedian on 3 side to some other shit. Man, it's a lot that been going on with this. So hopefully they come to some type of resolution, man, and just get both sides to settle down, and it ain't no more bloodshed. See, it's still kind of like what you was talking about earlier with the mindset shift, man, because once we get to this type of money and accumulate this type of money, I don't think what some of these people understand is once you become the breadwinner of that, it basically take your family back down to zero. Now you back behind the storyline when you accumulated the type of bread that everybody hustle for to get out the hood. And I know you say like it's hard to change that mindset because some beefs you have, it do follow you when you so far in the streets. Because I ain't talking about people that's just scraping the scene, putting their foot in the water. I'm talking about people that's wading in the water out there in the streets that's really out there. And I know that's kind of hard to let go shoot. I was like, how the same shit with 50. You know how we was talking about with 50 and Herb. Even to that man, they was throwing dirt over his box. That 50, like, I'm smoking on an herb pack. And you just like, damn, you can't let that shit go.
I wasn't with it. I wasn't with it.
But he not.
Because in all actuality, man, you know where that came from.
So
I get it, you hate it, but you picking being a bitch because you know who did it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, you know what I'm saying? But whatever. Yeah, man. A lot of these, they gotta learn to let that shit go, bro.
Yeah. Now you know
what's worth putting it all online for and what's not worth.
Exactly.
Period. That's just what it is.
Exactly. And one of the rappers out of your city that you posted up in, he got recently in the news with some stuff, man. What? Because I heard about this kind of like, I just call like a topic that came across the timeline. What happened with that situation?
Well, Sauce Walker was he was in Memphis with one of his artists, and they caught him at the hotel smoking a blunt and shot him up. And the reports say that the youngster had ran off with $200,000 on somebody. Then somebody came back and debunked that. So I don't know the facts of that.
Yeah.
But Sauce was in Memphis with an artist that's from Memphis or outskirts anyway. They outside the hotel at the Western, downtown, right across the street from where the Grizzlies play. They outside, they're smoking. Some boy pulled up on them.
Damn, man. And it's like this, like you were saying earlier, man, this shit just became normal, man. Like, we grind to get to these bags and then we either get taken out or we get thrown in jail for life. It's like, I don't know, man. We gotta do like Peyton Manning and them Omaha, come with some kind of article to get this shit, get in a new play, man, because we running ourselves in the ground. Like I put online under a post, man. Pretty soon you're gonna have to go see niggas in museums. We're gonna be to took ourselves out, but they're gonna be like, that's what they look like. You see that right there? That's how they used to act and dress. You know what I'm saying?
Because listen, a woman can't make a baby without a man.
Man.
And if all the black youngsters killing each other off, which I think this shit is by design. I think this was some experimental shit. People know, man, this data is real. But anyway, they gonna fuck around and they killing off a population of them, man, because there's so many of them dying yearly that don't have to. It's one thing if you die of sickness or in a car crash, but y'all killing each other over some frivolous stuff. So that's a large population problem, man. If I had to do some numbers, I'm guaranteeing it's probably 25, 30,000 kids murdered a year. When you have 500 in Houston and 400 in Chicago, 500 in Philadelphia, 400 in New York. You can add them numbers up.
Yeah.
Gun violence. A lot of gun violence, man.
Let me ask you this, man.
And that ain't including the people that get shot and don't die.
Yeah. That ain't
the
including the innocent bystanders that get hit and shit when they're around shit like that. So like you say, that number is probably more accurate than you think, or it might even be more. But let me ask you this though, man. Is it a way, because I'm a solution-based cat, is it a way to change the mindset? Because we got to the point that we make hood shit look so cool. We got people from the suburbs trying to look and identify themselves with struggle that ain't got no business even being talking about a struggle. So what can we do to hotwire that mindset to once we get them bags or the, because I'm gonna tell you what's crazy to me, man. Like me and you walking down the street, automatically when black men mostly walk across each other, whether it's about our age group or not, nigga put on the toughest face they can, already in defense mode. Like you say, I know it's by design, but we done became the true enemy to each other.
You know, I'm accountability king now.
Yeah.
I say it is by design because gun laws could be changed to decrease the gun violence.
Yeah.
But in terms of the mentality of the black man, it's going to take a lot of work and it's going to take generations.
Yeah.
The Jewish people think how they think because of generations of teachings.
Mm-hmm.
The Caucasian man think how they think because of generations of teachings. And all other ethnicities, the Chinese, the Japanese, the Mexican, everybody move how they move because it's generations of teaching. You know what I'm saying? So the way to change the mindset is we got to instill different things in our children, different values, the ones that count. And it got to go for generations and generations. And then eventually you move until, okay, this is how they, you know, just, okay, Ramadan. That's a religion, but it's a lot of ethnicities practicing, right? So after years and years of them passing this knowledge down to their kids, they grow up and be what their parents were. And that's where it starts. You teach, you instill it in your kids, and then they go to the next generation. And it takes time, but that's how you change the people. It's not going to be an overnight change of the mindset, bro. Just got to try to, man, I don't know, man. What the value? Some bullshit. They value quick money. They don't respect hard work, dedication, and great successes from that hard work and dedication. They glorify the nigga who got the quick bag, who look like he getting some money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I see a lot of people my age that's, you know, we in our mid-40s, and we looking back saying, man, we was the dumb fool, the working man winning. The working man own houses and got all kind of different things going on, and especially the ones who, you know, you got a few partners who always kept a gig. He worked in the plant, making decent money. He also played in the streets too. We got them people.
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
I just wanted your just opinion on that, man, because it seemed like you say, man, it's gonna take some shit to generationally happen to change this, because it's like I can remember in the '70s, that era right before us, you know, how the black community loved each other. It wasn't just so much, you know, and like you say, this shit really is by design. They put us all in this poverty-stricken areas with less than of everything, whether it's food, education, and all that, and you see what it eventually blossoms into. But it's like after that generation, and you know, they had to fight through the crack epidemic, the heroin, and all that shit. But you know, it came to us, the rebellious generation, and I just think we did too much of a trying to be the cool parents when shit went off the hinge, and now it's kind of too late to put it back on. But like you said, it is not, but it's gonna have to be something generationally done. It ain't gonna be like turning around the
Listen, I always tell you, we the generation of the father, but we also are what you said. We the generation of the cool parent. But maybe because we had some understanding. Like, I'm a cool parent, but our kid squares. You a cool parent, your kid squares. So it works.
Yeah.
It's a lot of cool parents.
Yeah.
Kids ain't squares because they learned the game from their parents. That's what I'm saying. So, and it all started in the house. I don't care what nobody say. Like,
boy,
unless you know what, the 90s, 80s, and 90s, we had a syndrome with no father there. So mama got to go to work. Man, you don't know what I'm doing when you're gone. But in two-parent households, you better police those things. What your son into, what your daughter into. Woo, woo, woo. You get to instill different things in them. But yeah, man. So I'm saying it starts at the house. I don't want to blame. I ain't putting the blame on nobody but the parents.
Yeah.
But I did want to give the single parents grace because, you know,
doing what you
true
can.
enough, when when you at work and somebody else watching your kid, that's an influence that you have no control. You have control over who you pick, but you ain't got control over how that person carry themselves behind closed doors or whatever, what they let your child get away with. But it's all starting in the house, man. That's how we gonna change our people and change our thinking and shit, bro.
That's what I be telling my kids, because it's hard. Because what I tell my people, kids, and people that's like your kids or people that's raised like our kids, it's hard to put kids that's raised with love against kids that's raised with survival techniques, because the kids that's raised on survival got a different mentality than a kid that, like you say, maybe got that 2-parent household or that loving environment, versus a kid that's out there already playing in them streets and doing shit. And you ain't got to teach no kid bad, Joe. You know how I was raised. Like when my mom and daddy got divorced, my dad a preacher, but guess what? My daddy was at some type of ball. Like once I got through playing little league ball and I was 13, going into high school, my daddy had practice every day. My daddy got prayer meeting. My daddy got choir work. Guess who had the house to himself every day? Guess who ain't had to get taught nothing that my daddy wasn't doing? Guess who ain't had to go look for it? So you know what I'm saying? But you have enough respect not to let that shit touch your house too. You got to understand that. And that's the part I don't think youngsters ain't got no stoplights with that shit no more, with the elders and shit no more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They feel like they can smoke with parents and chill. They feel like they can measure on with people that got bills. And that ain't how that shit go. We at least understood that, but that shit didn't get passed down to us, to the next generation.
And I see where that being too cool, being too cool of a parent. I instill some great values in my kids, but they're human. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So being too cool, like I'm cool on the level, they'll feel like they can kind of debate back with you. And it's like, no, I have to pull them to the side, not with me, because I know how to police properly.
Yeah.
But I tend to see it with the females, that mama-daughter thing. I have to tell them, no. You don't have to feel the need to respond to everything your mama say. Take the information that apply to you, because it's, how mama is when she fussing.
Yeah.
Take the information that apply to you, use it, fix it, change it. And the stuff that she made it through and that is somebody else doing,
disregard that.
If it don't apply, let it fly.
Let it fly. Ain't it, man?
And that's what I noticed with the too cool with your kid generation is, them kids feel like it's because we so cool. When you are getting on my ass, I can respond. No, take the information. Don't be arguing with your mama.
Like, this still
take
a dictatorship, no matter what you think. This still a dictatorship. We can play like it's cool, but you got to do what I say at the end
it's
of the day.
It's a dictatorship, but you got to, my kids grown, so
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about grown people.
Yeah, grown. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it's a different thing. Like,
yeah.
These guys, I'm not going to argue back with him.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Fine. So I'm not going to argue back with him. I'm going to sit there and say we ain't have, when I was a kid, we ain't have whatever, I don't know, arguments, maybe we talking about or whatever, but I'm saying as a grown person, I'm not,
even today,
I'm going to listen to every word she say.
That's it.
And you would apply to the argument. Just say I'm just throwing hypothetical. I call my wife. My mama would say something. And my mama would probably fussing about it.
Yeah.
If she say a bunch of stuff, there are too many conversations. 10 things she said total. 8 of them applied to the argument. 2 of them didn't. I choose those 2 things to fuss back with. But I don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah.
But you did other things. Take what apply.
Take what apply and let it fly. And I'm gonna tell you what's key to what you said about how you parent your kids these days is because you gotta have that line of communication where you cool enough to where they don't leave you out the loop with shit, but you don't want them so cool to where they feel a little bit too comfortable. You know what I'm saying, with some other shit.
Well, I learned that we were kids, man. You gonna learn something, or you just float. And I always wanted to keep an open line of communication with mom. Like, man, anybody might say you can tell me anything, and then you tell them and they judge you or they fussing at you about it. Man, you can real life talk to me about anything.
For real.
On planet Earth.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna give you some advice on it. I ain't into that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. So, yeah, you got an open line of communication, man. When if you're a good parent, you're gonna have open line of communication. You can't be opposed to them calling you out some bullshit neither.
Facts.
You get what I'm saying?
Hey, that's real. Because children will value that too. What you said right there, your kids will value that. If you call, you know what? Even if you little bit too full of yourself to say it right there. You come back and say, man, you was right about that. You know what I'm saying? You right about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Because they grown people.
Mm-hmm.
Respect don't be there. It don't mean fuss back.
Yeah.
If just say you got siblings, you can say, Mama, you was wrong. You talk to such and such.
Mm.
Your sister. Mama, you wrong. You was wrong. How you talk to Sean
Mm.
the other day. Now you somebody's a hand though.
Yeah. Yeah.
We not too much for that.
Yeah.
Our kids should be able to come check us on some shit and
Yeah.
tell us when we're wrong. We think about it optimistically,
Yeah.
open minded and accordingly.
Speaking of having an open mind, I know you a hustler. I know you know about your money. I know you can count bread. I know you can add numbers pretty quick in your head. I've been seeing you do it all your life. Would you have an open mind about a cat locking you in the church and say, I need 40 bands before we get up out of here?
Well, I ain't going. Nah, I ain't going for it. I ain't going for it.
What
So
what you feel about that one, bro?
and it's one of them instances when the pastor get too aggressive. It happens.
Yeah.
But I ain't going for it though. Like, you know, man, it's just a way to get that message across to your congregation. You know, he did his spiel, but the way he ushers close the doors. Close the doors. You get what I'm saying? Like, hold on, playboy.
Man, this will turn into a kidnapping, man.
You got a lot going to me. Close the door. Man, I might gotta go get my kids on the babysitter. One last day. I went to the club.
Yeah.
Left me the babysitter. I was coming to church, so I told him 1 o'clock. But you talking about close the doors? Man, there's 1,000 people can walk up and show you their phone. Put it. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's gonna take 30 minutes. 35 minutes. That's what I'm saying. That's why it went too far. I ain't going for it.
Yeah.
But the ushers wasn't finna get in the way, man. The ushers said that they said, I'm gonna close the door. But if somebody want me to open it, I'm gonna open it. Like,
Yeah.
you know how that's why they ain't paying the cameras to the ushers, because they was already looking at him like, for him to say it twice, they let you know they looked at him like, fuck you, man, close
Man,
the door.
close the door.
Yeah,
But
and I
so
ain't gonna go nowhere but the restroom. Shit, come
that's
on.
it.
Yeah.
Look, but I'm
So,
tripping, man, because this is a story that's exploding right now, man. But it's this new age religion overall, man. Like these preachers done really turned that pulpit into like the new hustle. And you know, like I said again, like it's always been a feel of it, but again, my daddy was a preacher, and I seen when the church ain't have money, he paying the church bills and the house bills. So I'm looking
yeah,
at honesty from a different level when I look at preachers. That's why I have so much hard time attaching myself to a church now, because I'm saying like I know what honesty look like when you really honor that pulpit versus what I'm seeing or the vibe I'm getting. So just this new age religion, man. Do you think it's too much of a hustle? And like you said, we ain't gonna sugarcoat shit on here. Religion has always been used as a control-based organism for a lot of other cultures to really pinpoint ideologies and other shit down. But that's for
yeah.
our community. That's all we've had to lean on. And it is a God. So we know like what prayer and stuff like that can do. But has religion been weaponized to the black community now? Do you think this new age preachers and stuff that flipped it?
I ain't gonna say it's been weaponized, man. It's like everybody, they got small congregation churches,
Mm,
but people don't want to support them
mm,
because it's all about the glitz and the glamour.
mm.
You know what I'm saying? And if your new church grow to that, and you see a change in the pastor, switch churches.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's been a hustle, man.
Mm,
I remember when I was a kid, I used to come up late at night and I see the man touch them on the forehead and they fall over. So it's been hustling in the church. It just is new to the black church.
yeah.
It's become lucrative to the black churches now. You know what I'm saying? They let them in somewhere around the late 90s, early 2000s, and now it's just it's some of them scamming.
You remember the
Mine's a
boy with the
scam.
private jet?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's why I say this is just a story that's
And
hot
most
right
of them have a scandal, man. What that boy, the popular dude,
now. Oh, I know who you talking about. I can't think his name. I know who you talking about
just
though.
if I wasn't trying to talk about this fool, I say his name. But
Exactly.
even him, when he was messing, maybe he was gay or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, these mega churches, man, when they say,
the
I
one
think
that
who
had
was
Ti
it?
up there at the time.
Yeah, him. I
Mm-hmm.
can't think his name
Yeah,
for shit, man. But these mega churches now, man, this shit is really like a real life Netflix series, bro. Like any one of these churches, here's just the one that's hot right now, but any one of, they had the shit going on with TD Jakes and Diddy a while back. So it's like, what I want people to understand though is always make sure you're going for the message, not the man. Because some people I feel like attach themselves to
Eddie
the
Long.
Yeah, Eddie Long. That's that boy.
Pastor Eddie Long. But yeah,
Pastor
it was gonna
Eddie
fuck
Long.
over.
Yeah.
Go ahead, what you saying? Yeah, man.
But I'm just saying, like, people got to make sure they're attaching themselves to the message, like you said. Find another church. Attach yourself to the message and stop worshiping the man, because we flesh, bro. I don't care what man it is. That's why when I look at these stories, it just tripped me out. But I know, like, being a man and you walking in that flesh, that's different than just you trying to walk this righteous path, especially when you got all this temptation in the church. Everybody hang on to every word you say. All the money get funneled through you. It's a lot you got to, just say, like you always say, be real righteous about if you're going to talk about leading the flock of people like this.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So,
sir.
like I say, attach yourself to the message, remove it from the man. Even if the man fall short, always remember he is man. You know what I'm saying? You can't throw stones and live in a glass house, because some of the same shit. Now, you do, just like a doctor with medicine or something, you do hold them to a high accountability, but you got to understand they still a human. I know doctors that were at the hospital I used to work at, then they got strung out on the same dope they issue. They got access to. So allow human to be human, have them that grace, but it's just wild. And, that's one of the stories that did come up. So I just it was wild when I first heard him say lock the doors, though, like on some lean on me type shit.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was crazy.
Man. Yeah, my boy was wrong. What his name was?
Marvin Sapp. Yeah,
Marvin
Sapp.
Sapp. Yeah,
Never would have made it.
Never would have made it. You was out of pocket. It wasn't. Trust me, man. I got him just because he said it.
Just cause. Look, I'd have been like
that. Because then it's still after that, you start low key baby attacking them.
Yeah.
They but $20.
Yeah.
Yep.
Judge, I'd have been like Mook, man. I'd have been testing them limits again. Like, I'm gonna take 2 steps in the aisle first. I'm gonna see, like, shit, let's just looking how their eyes look. I'm gonna head to that door, but you gonna tell me you gonna keep it? Like, no. My grown ass, you finna tell me
and
I
still might cash out it later, depending on what it was for.
Yeah.
We didn't get context on what it was for.
That's another thing. You only got that. You only got that little clip. Like you say, them clips will go viral, man, especially a moment
you
like
having
that.
a bonus benevolent offering because that's what you in the mood for.
Nah.
What this extra deal for?
Tell me what this building fund for, man. Remember they used to have that old building fund offering at the church?
Yes, sir.
Tell me what the building fund for, man. We ain't even built a new ramp around this bitch yet. What the building fund for?
Say, man, I want to circle back to something too that we talked about, the sauce thing. Like after sauce, the male ego and the young hip hop artists so much machismo, and I ain't scared that after he got shot, he go do a couple of interviews and visit eating spots. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, like, that's not smart, bro. You can get blood clot. Ronnie died from a blood clot.
Yeah.
Be so caught up in your ego and your machismo that you mess around and hurt yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Up moving too fast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
okay, we get it, you tough.
Yeah.
But you ain't as tough as you thought, because you took a bullet, you bled like anybody else bleed. But the way he went on the internet and tell him how many times your house got shut up. And like, I think that was childish. And man, y'all gotta get out of that. Sauce, you got too much money for that. You got way too much money to be on that.
Yeah.
You 35 now, man. Like, you in your OG stage. Act like an OG.
Man.
OG would. I just got shot in this town. I'm gonna get on from now. Try to figure out what happened, who did this. And I'm not gonna go visit no restaurants, no podcasts, or none of that. Even if my dead homie wanted me to visit these spots, I'll visit them later. Right now, I need to know who touched me and why.
Exactly.
Unless you got those answers already. Now, if you got those answers and you knew you would say, do your thing, which a lot of people saying that's what that was. But I'm saying, don't teach them kids to do that dumb shit. You need to get hands up. I ain't scared. We ain't left. We ain't leaving till the mission completed. Man, the man to tempted your life. Get on from there. So I just wanted to say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, don't put yourself in harm's way trying to prove you tough, man, because they was down every day doing it. Not every day, but it's been a lot of people, rappers, doing it.
No, like what you said, like it's a saying, bro. We from the South, so we know nothing but those saying. There's a lot of tough guys in jail and in the cemetery. it got places for tough guys. So if you know that how that's gonna end, whether you in the streets hustling or you in the streets, you a dope boy or a jacker or something, you know how it's going. Hey, it's a place for you, and it ain't gonna be the landing spot you want.
If
Either
you
one of
don't
them.
care nothing about dying, keep at it, Sauce.
Keep
My
at it,
bad. You sure right. I mean, look at this. That's why it's two of us on this thing.
man.
Because you don't care nothing about life.
I'm
That's
here
what
to
I want
prove
to
my
do.
point.
You right.
Some cats
You
they
right.
already know they signed
I'm
that
just
contract.
telling the youngsters that do care about life,
That's real shit.
don't
Don't fall
hang
into the
around
trap.
at the spot where your life was just an attempt on your life happened there,
Yeah,
regardless of whose smoke it was.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Look, man, I know we done covered a lot of stuff, man, but you usually get a chance to get stuff off your chest, man. Today we gonna introduce a new session to the show, man. Called Go for the Jugular. So, man, I'm gonna give you 30 seconds. You just let me know when you're ready, man. There's anything you want to get off your chest, shit that you see that's bothering you. Anything you want to get off your chest, man. You got 30 seconds, man. Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, man. I just want to tell her, at your age, man, R.I.P. Young Scooter, man.
Yeah.
He passed yesterday running from the police, and they say he was running jumping fences. And according to the police report, you can't believe everything you read. They say wasn't nothing in the house, so why was he running? Man, you're 40, AK. Don't put yourself in a predicament how to do all that running and shit. I know we all are making moves and committing. And somebody around here, if you the man that's gonna run with the pack, if it's a pack that you ran with. Okay, but our mind think niggas think we can do everything a 25-year-old do. But your body will tell you different. And
Damn
it sounds to
right.
me like this dude lost his life jumping two fences and maybe puncture the artery or something.
Man.
Man, that's on your birthday. That's a cold way to go out, man. So
Oh,
I just want to tell the dudes of age, your age, and I want to tell these millionaires masquerading as gangsters, your wage. You feel me?
I feel
Quit
you,
trying to
cousin.
get to the money and then go backwards.
Yeah.
And then you're in predicaments like Yella Beezy. You're in predicaments like Lil Durk. You're in predicaments like Big U. We didn't even touch on that. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? You had a lot of legit money coming in. You get $500,000 from the LAPD for this green program.
Mm,
That alone is enough to chill and do whatever. But you
mm.
also had the nonprofit, and you had reputable NBA players donating to your
Big
nonprofit.
names.
Say, man, that's your wage.
Yeah.
Y'all make we it's hard, man. Us 40, 50 to 40, 50 to 30, age hard, man. We doing some
Hey,
of the dumbest, we doing some of the dumbest stuff ever. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
That's what's up.
It's like hustling, man. That's what it is, man. That's my little 30-second rant, man.
Man, hey, let's go for the juggler. That's what we're going for the juggler on today, man. But before we wrap up, like I said, we done talked about a lot. What you want to leave the people with?
Say, man, tap into the WDH apparel, man. We got, it's something popping up every day. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So just tap in with it. The block is hot. Talk media. AG podcast. It's going down, man.
Man,
That way.
you already heard the man, bro. I ain't got much to add. Just sound like you say, stay tapped in. We about to fire back up on y'all ad. We've been kind of, March Madness been really, really like that around the house for me. Half of my house birthday in March. Shout out to my wife and my son. We just celebrated their birthday. So we about to
Salute to
crank
the
these.
fam.
Yeah, man, appreciate that, man. We about to crank these episodes back out. We had a little small halftime break, but we finna fire back up for y'all, man. Y'all know what it is. WDH, the block is hot, AVG podcast, all that, this the mashup. The block is hot, but we cooler than a polar bear toenails, man. We'll get back with y'all. We out.
One.